Testing, testing, testing. What's up, YouTube fam? Bet you weren't expecting me to come on today. But your girl is. I's here. I'm alive. I'm depressed. And it feels so good out. Finally figured out how to film. I feel like last week lighting wasn't bueno. It was no bueno. And other things were going on, but I finally figured out how to sit, be comfortable, have good lighting, and the vlogging and being consistent. It's working out so well that now I'm even going above my expectations and filming on a Saturday. And before, so we're moving on up in the big old world here. I wanted to share this message today. It was on my heart, on my spirit, and it was gonna bug me if I didn't come on and share with it. Share y'all with it. Share y'all the message. It's cool. English is optional today. Basically, I felt led to share how yesterday on my way to work I encountered some aggressivity, almost physicality, just aggressive behavior. And so the title of today's video is how do you take a chill pill when all you want to do is rage. So I was on my way to work, and I had a really good day at work yesterday, so I'm glad that I didn't let it get to me, because I couldn't afford to let it get to me. I was already running on my reserve. Basically, I was like, alright, I'll go, but I'm not feeling super stoked about going, but I'm pretty stoked about going, but I'm still feeling kind of grumpy, because 219 was shut off, the trains, so I had to walk I don't know, about a mile to Gun Hill, and then get on the train there, and it was just kind of already bumpy start to my day and commuting, and I don't have to commute that far. I don't really go. So anyway, I was sitting down, and I get into the train, I sit down, and as a lady, you have to be super aware of your surroundings, and especially when you're alone and you're looking good and all that jazz. So I felt uneasy because I noticed the last person that came onto the train, I'm sitting in the middle of the train, I noticed that he walked from one side of the train and then walked to the other end of the train and then paused right next to me and then sat down right next to me. And, I've just done this enough times to know that was sus. And I didn't like it, and I didn't want their energy, and his energy or whatever, so I just got up and then stood by the doors. I've had men who, get really excited about something, and I think I generally attract, a lot of things. So I have to always be not super guarded to where I'm blocking out opportunities, but aware where I'm keeping myself safe and my boundaries and well-being is being respected at all times. And I didn't like his energy. I didn't like how he sat down right next to me. People, when they're coming onto a train and they're not sus, they just choose a spot and sit down. They don't survey the whole train, and then I felt like I was being looked at like I was steak or something, because why did you pause right in front of me and then sit down right next to me? And I'm wearing shorts and fishnets, and I've just had men who sit next to me and then make excuses for trying to touch my thighs and stuff, and ask me for my phone number right on the subway in front of everybody. There's no shame, there's no, and whatever, maybe you shouldn't have any shame or whatever, but I'm not here to make friends. I'm on my way, you know what I'm saying? And that's generally how I draw out the boundary now. And I just say, thank you for your interest. I'm not here to make friends. I'm out here to, this is my personal business, and this is how I raise awareness for my fashion line and meet other artists. But when I see older men who are alone, who look at me a little, they have that look in their eye, and I just feel their energy, and I'm just so no, I used to be really nice and have no boundaries, and then that fucked me over. That really almost that not having any boundaries really almost could have taken my life. So I'm no longer a people pleaser, and you know, we have to find the balance, because people will groom others, and being a woman, you'll never know what it's like until you're like in the next life that you're living, and you're being harassed and constantly put down and shamed, and then harassed again for wearing a tank top one day, and then the next day like wearing a long sleeve, like being called promiscuous, and then being called a prude, and then you should swallow and then you should not swallow, or whatever. Like, there's constant shame and harassment just for being a woman. Like, you could just be sitting, and it doesn't matter what you're wearing, what you're not wearing, like what perfume you're wearing, what perfume you're not wearing. It's always like women are always like the scapegoat for whatever the issue is. Like, we shouldn't treat women to dress differently. We should teach men to control themselves better and control their verbal impulses better, to like prevent street harassment, as an example. So anyway, I've had enough of these experiences to just, as soon as I felt that energy and saw the behavior of, you know, going from one side of the train all the way to the next, and then stopping right in front of me, pausing, and then sitting down right next to me. Not the person, you know, not a space in between, not leaving a little bit of space in between, sitting down right next to me. And I just, I don't usually, you know, I just don't, I'm not here for your energy like that. And it almost seemed like he retaliated. So I'll tell you what happened, and this is, the title of this video is How to Take a Chill Pill When All You Want to Do Is Rage. And I hope that it finds the right person for today, because I felt like I needed to share this today for somebody. So hopefully it'll set y'all free, or set the right person on the right path that they need to be on, with the right guidance. And I hope that this leads you there. So he was like, I was just standing there and looking out the window, and like had like a lot on my mind, because I have like a lot on my mind because I'm a human or whatever. And then I didn't even feel anything, but then I heard, like, okay, so I actually wrote down my so I immediately stood up and decided to stand in front of the doors, and the train is a bit of a rocky son of a bitch, so I didn't realize I had stepped back on the guy's shoe right behind me until I heard, you could at least say excuse me. You stepped in my shoe and you didn't even say excuse me. I looked at him like confused, surprised, and annoyed all at once, because I didn't even know I had stepped on his foot. I chose to not even give into the negativity, and I just like walked to the other side of the train, and then he, like, my heart was racing because he was like really upset, and I really thought he might try and do something, because he was like losing his shit at the other end of the train, which is why I moved to the other side of the train and just stood by the doors and was waiting for the door to open so I could get off and be safe. And he kept saying, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her, swear to God, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her, dumb white ass bitch, dumb ass white, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her. And he just kept saying that he was gonna beat the shit out of me. And I was like, I'm literally trying to just get to work. And so this, I felt threatened, my safety felt threatened, so I almost could, I saw myself in my head retaliating, reacting, and giving into the negativity. And like kind of yelling back at him, because like everyone else on the train was looking at me to respond and react, but I just was like kind of nervously fiddling with my hair and taking a deep breath, and then I said underneath my breath to myself, it's gonna be a good day. And I just was like trying to ignore him, because he's like getting everyone all riled up on the other side of the train, and I just ignored him and kind of like nervously like flipping my hair, which I'll admit, like I noticed my own tics like that and stuff too, and it's fine. Like I literally felt my heart was racing. And he kept saying, dumbass white bitch, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her. And he really sounded upset, and I wouldn't put it past him if he were to get up and like try and do something, because he was really, really pissed off. It was a complete honest mistake. I don't even think I did step on a shoe, because I would have felt something, I swear. I know what that feels like, and I've stepped on somebody's shoe before, and immediately when I feel it underneath my foot, I turn around. Even if I don't want to, it's like an automatic, like, public courtesy thing to say, oh, sorry, something like that. I didn't even feel that. I didn't feel nothing. So I think he was retaliating about how he couldn't control me, because he tried to sit down right next to me, and then I got up and stood right in front of the doors in the middle of the train. And then he came up with this, like, maybe I barely bumped it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a mountain out of a molehill, and I really think it was his form of retaliation because he was like being a predator, like looking up who, like, on the train, and then like paused in front of me and then sat down. So he was like, I feel like mad that he couldn't control me, and that I like picked up on predatory behavior because I can, like, from a mile away now after getting fucked over for so many times in a row. I'm like not naive anymore, and like got it all out of my system. And now that I have experienced so much heartbreak and loss and unfavorable loss, I just like can't even afford to give a stranger the benefit of the doubt anymore, unless I feel led to say something or something in passing. But I have been burned now to the point where if I haven't learned from how many times I've been burned, then I would continue going out into the world as like a naive Pollyanna, thinking that men really just think I'm pretty, and or like whatever. I used to really give men my time, and now I'm just like, keep walking, like, don't even acknowledge you. I've been thinking about getting a GoPro so you guys could see the level of street harassment. Just for kicks, just for fun, just to so you guys could see what it's like, and how draining it is, or how it could be draining for some. Some people are tough as nails, and like I'm pretty tough too, like whatever, but like it's like I just want other people to see the level of intensity it is. Like, I think the other night I walked through my normal 3-walk route, and it was 3 different men that called me baby that in a 3-mile walk, and I was like, that's a mile for every baby. Damn, we doing well tonight. I'm just like, what is, hopefully, like, so, you know, don't show yourself heated up to the evildoers. And I wanted to hop on today and say, surprise, here to do a video about how to keep your cool when other people are just like, you know, trying to ruffle your feathers, and you're not, if this video is finding you, you're not easily intimidated, you're not easily rattled. Others can't ruffle your feathers that easily. In fact, another word for your personality and your behavior and the way that you interact in the world is tenacious. So you're not easily hindered off your path. And so this is actually leading me to my next, and I guess final point of the video. We'll keep it short because it's Saturday or whatever. And the next point of my vid is, you guys, like, this is a sign. So if you're going out into the world and you're experiencing, like, where the people are just like trying to like start something or pick a bone with you, pick a fight, or any negativity that they're like trying to embroil you in, or XYZ, this is actually a sign that you're on the up and up. And your ability to deflect the negativity and continue to navigate throughout your day, and be like, okay, that happened, but I'm not going to let it get to me. And that's like, I mean, that takes, I mean, meekness is strength. Others might see it as weakness, but it is strength. It absolutely is, to get to the point where you're like, yeah, that's really shitty that they're being really negative like that and trying to get me all up in that energy or whatever, but I got bigger fish to fry. Like, basically, that's your mentality right now. Like, okay, I got bigger fish to fry. Honestly, you have a bigger destiny to answer to than these mofos out here trying to get you all riled up. So, you know what they say, hate is gonna hate. It feels so good not to give into the negativity. It feels so good to not give somebody a reaction when they want that reaction. Hold your head high. Don't stoop to their levels. Hashtag self-control. Okay, so I really feel like that's basically the message. You're on your way up, you guys, when you see people upset that you were just smiling for no reason, or you know you're on your way up when you know you've have that mastery of self-control and self-awareness. And you're on your way up when you know that when you can see through the inner turmoil in somebody else's eyes, and you're like, okay, this has nothing to do with me, this has everything to do with them. And that's like the maturity you're at spiritually now too. If this video is finding you, it's like kind of letting you know you have the ability now to like read in between the lines, and so to speak, like you're just not so easily fooled anymore. Not that you ever were, but like it's especially hard for anybody to kind of move you off your block that you worked so hard to get to right now. Where you're standing, if this video is finding you, it's letting you know that you're closer and closer and closer to your next goal, to your next achievement, because you're not letting the haters like give you that hater pill. Like you're always taking that chill pill, and they can't stand it. They can't stand it. Like you're always shining, you're always chilling, you're always vibing. If this video is finding you, it's confirmation that you've done an amazing job at not giving into the rage that's tried so hard to really seep its way into your personal livelihood, and the way that it's tried to violate your integrity from these other parties that are like, you know, wanting to see your light be dimmed. But we will never do that. You are light lit, and it's upon a hill. And for those that even light a lamp, they don't light it and then put it underneath the desk, they put it on top of the desk so it lights up the entire household. And you know, when you go out into the world, we don't always get to choose who that light that you like, say you're the light on the lamp on the nightstand, lighting up the whole world as you walk. Not everyone you come across likes to be exposed. So that's why you'll experience those hateful moments and kind of unexplained outburst of rage that seemingly come out of nowhere, but it's actually spiritual. It's all spiritual, you guys. That's what I guess is another big point of this vid, and we'll close out for the day, is that anytime you're experiencing kind of like discouragement, it's like the enemy's tactic and you know, method to discourage you from your destiny and what it is that you're meant to do. But that's more and more confirmation you're getting closer and closer to your destination, and you're aligning yourself very strongly with what it is that God has like assigned you with. And that's when you'll experience a lot of friction from the enemy trying to deter you from that path. So you can be getting closer and closer and experiencing more and more resistance. And that's a sign that you're doing so well that it's pissing the enemy off to the point where enemies of yours will go out of their way, spend money they don't have, just to see you down like 10%. But you're so strong, whoever this video is finding, you're so strong and resilient that you really are impervious to these tactics. There might have been a time in the past where it impacted, you know, of course to a certain extent, because as the Bible does say, the weapons, they will form, but they will never prosper. And so that's another thing to keep in mind. But whenever you're going out into the world, whenever you're dealing with personal relationships, you guys, or with your boss, employers, with fellow coworkers, remember to not show yourself heated up to the evildoers, and to cast all your cares onto God, because He sees everything, and He even sees and hears the vengeful thoughts of your enemies against you. And so whenever they attempt to embroil you into their rage, just take that chill pill, come to God, go to God, and ask for relief and peace, peace and joy that surpasses all understanding. And the more that you get attacked, the more it's an opportunity to cling to God, and hold His hand tightly and ask for the way out if there's any temptation that is coming on your on your path, because there will always be a way out. And just remember that chill pill is always there for you to take, and that can just be a deep couple of breaths, whatever it is for you to keep your grounding, keep your sanity, keep your dignity, and remember that God will fight your battles for you. We just have to call out to him, and he's always there with us. And that's the message, you guys. I love you so much. You know what comes next. And have like a great weekend. And I'm like so stoked for the next upcoming content. It's really banging. It's really popping, sizzling hot, spicy. So yeah, stay safe, stay blessed, stay chosen. Peace.